Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so I'm making a video. I just wanted to talk about week one and some of the historical significance week one has to our league and our managers, and if how they fared previously with the start that they started with this season, whether that be 1-0 or 0-1. Hopefully, I can make these videos over the season just for fun and some little tidbits here. But to start, obviously, not a lot of touchdowns last week for the NFL. And it showed for our points. It was the lowest opening week total since 2019 for us, which I don't have the data for. But we scored 1,466 points as in 12-team league. Last year, 1610. The year before, 1752. And then in 2020, 1657. So lowest week opener. Also third lowest total points out of any week for the last 4 years. Only 3 times we've scored below 1,500 as a league, and last week was one of them. So I hope that's not a trend that continues through the season, because it was rough watching all of our dudes not score touchdowns and the entire league not score touchdowns. Side note, though, that it might be continuing is the fact that the NFL, the last 3 seasons, has continuously dropped down in total touchdowns scored. That's with adding an extra week of regular season, which is insane to me. I don't understand that, especially when you just think about, like, general conception is that the league has made rules to help offenses and hurt defenses, but the data showing the defenses are getting better year over year, like significantly, allowing less touchdowns. Just an interesting thing to think about, and you know, I don't even know where to go with that or what it means, but it's something that's happening. So managers have started 1-0 this last week. Bo, Austin, both Joshes, Trey, and Danny. This is just the second time that we've seen both Joshes get a week 1 dub in the same season, and they both did not make playoffs in that other time that happened. Only Josh Shingle made playoffs. Josh Allen was left on the outside. I could have took a shot at you right there, Josh, but I didn't. I could have said that you don't make playoffs very often anyways, but I chose not to say it. Even though I just said it, I didn't say it. You know what I mean? Bo has won week 1 3 other times, so this would be his 4th. He made playoffs 2 out of those 3 previous times, so it's a pretty good percent, 66% win rate into playoffs. But Austin, this is only your 3rd time winning week 1. All time in your career, you're 2-5. Well, now 3-5. Winning week 1. This is our eighth season. No, I'm sorry. This is only your 2nd week 1 win in career history. The one other time, though, that you did start 1-0, you did make playoffs. So you are now 2-5 all time. Yep, that is how that works. Josh Shingle, this is your 3rd time winning week 1. The other 2 times, you made playoffs half those times, 1 out of the 2 times. You've made playoffs every season besides 2019 when you started 2-0. So that's that one that you won week 1 and ended up not making playoffs. So you started 2-0 and didn't make playoffs, which is surprising. Trey, this is your first week 1 victory. Trey has the worst win rate of week 1s. Actually, it might not be the worst. No, it is the worst. Yep. Troy is close 2nd. But Trey, your first week 1 victory. Congrats to you. I'm glad I could help you out with that. And my team, led by Cooper Kupp, Alvin Kamara, and Zach Charbonnet. Goodness. That team is terrible. Just hot trash. I completely derailed myself even thinking of the dudes on my team. It's so bad. But Trey, you were also only 1-4 all time in week 2. So through the first 2 weeks historically, you are now 2-9 all time through the first 2 weeks of the season. But that doesn't. You've made playoffs 3 out of the 5 seasons that you've been in the league. So you just used to starting behind the 8 ball and getting it going, and now you've won your first week 1 victory. How hot can you actually be? I don't know, Trey. I'm excited to see. I don't know. Make it happen. Danny, out of all the week 1 winners, has the most historically significant, in my opinion. He's won week 1 4 other times, made playoffs 3 out of those 4 times, 75% win rate or advance rate to playoffs after winning week 1. Josh Moore, this is your 3rd time, surprisingly, winning week 1. The other 2 times, you made playoffs 1 out of those 2 times. And you have a weird trend of, so 2020, you lost week 1, and then you proceeded to lose 3 more for a 4-game losing streak to start the season. 2021, you won your week 1. And I know you know where I'm going. You won 5 games and won 6 straight games to open 2021. And then in 2022, you lost week 1 last year, and you proceeded to lose 5 more games for a losing streak of 6 games. You won this week. Are you going to extend? Because you went 4 games in a row, 6 games, 6 games. Is this one going to be 7 or 8? You're going to win 8 straight? That'd be insane. I'm down to see it. See, look, that was a compliment, Josh. 0-1 managers, Alan, myself, James, Michael, Howard, Troy. Alan, you've lost week 1 2 other times. You made playoffs 1 out of those 2 times. This is your first week 1 loss since 2018, so that's kind of impressive. Myself, I had no really cool stats to go along with it, but the other 2 times that I've lost week 1, I made playoffs half those times, so we'll see what happens this year. James, you have made playoffs 3 times and missed playoffs 3 times. The 3 times you made playoffs, you won week 1. The 3 times you missed playoffs, you lost week 1. You just lost week 1. History says bad season coming. I don't know. Just go ahead, trade me your players, and we can just go ahead and wrap this thing up for you on your end. I am really sorry about that. Michael, 3 seasons in this league. You have never lost week 1 till last week. You've started 2-0 both years except this year, clearly. Now you're 0-1, so interested to see how that goes. Halid, you've lost week 1 2 other times out of this besides this last week. You made playoffs 1 out of those 2 times, like myself and my dad. Last year you made playoffs after an 0-2 start. I'll get into that more in a second. Troy, you have the most week 1 losses in league history, tied with Trey with 5 week 1 losses. So you're used to it. You're also used to advancing like that. You advanced 2 out of the 4 other times that you've lost week 1. So either this year you'll make it 3 out of 5 or you'll make it 2 out of 5. But yeah, it seems like you're used to being behind the 8 ball. Dude, you got to figure out how to win week 1, man. It's I can't see you lose 6 week 1s next year. We need to figure it out before now and then. And then just talking about the league, man, we had an interesting thing occur this last season. Last season was the first time out of the seasons that I have win-loss records for. I don't have 2016 where ESPN because they erased all their historical data. But 2017, 2 out of the 6 teams that started 0-1 made playoffs, so less than half, right? 2018, 1 out of the 0-1 teams made playoffs. Then 2 in 2019, 2 in 2020, 2 in 2021. Pretty consistent, right? Last year, half the teams that started 0-1 made playoffs, which means half the teams that started 1-0 missed playoffs. First year we've had that happen, and then even we had 3 teams start 0-2 last year. 2 of those teams made playoffs. And we had 3 teams start 2-0 last year. 2 of those teams missed playoffs. I don't know. The numbers there are wild to me because that would point that you're more likely to make playoffs if you start 0-2 than 2-0, which is mathematically incorrect, but it happened. I can't imagine it happening again. The only thing I can think accounting for that is that we added a whole nother regular season week, which when you're only at 13, every game matters, and you get a whole nother game to make it 14 weeks. It just kind of opens the door for more possibilities of teams sneaking past. 0-2 start with 13 weeks. By week 13, you might be 6-6 or 5-7. Where you finished 5-5 over the last 10 weeks, and that one win might get you there, but you're probably still falling short type thing. So it's just interesting to think about from that standpoint. That's really all I have. I wanted to keep this video short. I'm almost hitting the 10-minute mark. I was going to go through teams and break down what people need to happen for them to win the championship this year or whatever. But after Wednesday, I figured it didn't really matter once I picked up Pizza Pikachu. So I think it's pretty much wrapped up. And then James, you'll just send me your players, and we'll really just get everything going. Everybody can send me their fees, and I can go have a nice dinner with my wife. And we'll just call it a year, boys. We'll just enjoy it. We'll just watch football, knowing the outcome that I'm getting my 3rd title. Which the chase for 3 is on, baby. Me and Danny, we racing for 3. All y'all either racing for 1 or 2. Pathetic. Right, Danny? We the champs. We the kings. We run this town tonight. That was my Rihanna. All right. I'm wrapping up this video before I say anything else dumb, and we're right at the 10-minute mark. Good luck this week, week 2. Oh, wait. Before I go, 3-0, baby. Hook. Hook 'em!